Hello everyone, Ben here. Hope you all had a great 4th of July weekend, hopefully spending some time with your family and friends, enjoying the awesome summer weather and maybe some wiffle ball. And speaking of whiffs, I can for sure tell you where some wiffle ball was being played this July 4th weekend. That would be at the Pride of Las Vegas, the PLW at Hideaway Field, which hosted a July 4th tournament featuring 8 teams and a $2,500 payout. It was a 2-day event with pool play taking place on Saturday and the semifinals and best of 3 tournament finals on Sunday afternoon. In the middle of league play for the PLW, it was exciting to see the matchups between the PLW regulars and teams composed mainly of traveling wiffle warriors. After an exciting meet and greet home run derby on Friday night, where Taylor Briner took home first place going deep into the night smashing dingers, players then went to sleep chomping at the bit to get this tournament rolling. The 8 teams were divided into 2 different pools, one playing in the morning and afternoon, and the other taking the field in the evening. The first game of pool play would fall into that category I mentioned earlier. The league staple Warbirds would take on the Night Owls, who besides the team captain Nick DeVilla, was filled with out-of-towners Brian Wynn, Jordan Robles, Randy Dalby, and James Stein. Stein has had plenty of PLW experience playing for the Calicos, and he would put that to use as the starting pitcher in the game for the Night Owls. He would also get plenty of run support with a solo shot from Jordan Robles in his first PLW at-bat, and then a pair of bombs from Randy Dalby.
There's Dalby again. Who is this guy?
I mean, guys this good do make it look easy. Talk a little bit more about the AAA.
The Warbirds would scrape together a late inning comeback effort in the last inning of the game, scoring a run and then getting the go-ahead run to the plate.
Hit hard,
And that's going to score a run, and Stein can't believe he needs to drive through the ball right here. He's going underneath it. Dalby.
Oh, what a catch.
Unbelievable catch.
Randy Dalby would make a spectacular game-saving catch to secure the first game of the day for the Night Owls. In their third game of the day, however, the Night Owls would be shocked by the Long Ballers. Composed mainly of minor league PLW players, the Long Ballers would put up an early 3 runs thanks to a blast from Anthony Michael. This lead was given to the arm of Andrew Leday. With plenty of experience on old fast plastic team the Marshalls, Leday had recently made his return to Wiffs in the PLW, and his pitching experience was shown in this game on full display. He would slice and dice batters all game long to shock the Night Owls, giving the Long Ballers a shutout victory. However, with that win, the Long Ballers would exit the tournament with a 1-2 record, as the Warbirds had beaten them earlier on in the day. The Warbirds, led by the pitching of Matt Petrickas, had bounced back from a Game 1 loss with 2 straight wins to move on to the semifinals on Sunday. The evening pool play game started with an absolute barn burner between the league staples, the Sand Vipers, and the Snappers. The Sand Vipers jumped ahead to an early 4-0 lead, but the Snappers roared right back to take a 6-4 lead. Uncharacteristically, however, Taylor Briner of the Snappers would get roughened up by the Sand Vipers' bats. Ultimately, they could not grab another comeback, and the Sand Vipers would go on to power themselves to a 13-8 win. Their hot hitting would continue with a mercy rule win over the Bombers to secure their spot in the semifinals on Sunday. The evening moved right along with some of the last games of the day. The Snappers would bounce back on the arm of Taylor with a win over the Bombers and Heat to push themselves into the semifinals on Sunday. And after 12 hours of wiffle ball, the semifinals were set with the Sand Vipers versus the Night Owls and Warbirds versus the Snappers to see who would move on into the best of 3 tournament finals series.
I know a lot of teams want to take you down. What's your mindset going into today?
Really, it's just kind of giving opportunities to the rest of my team. I think because of all those awards that I've got, it gives my team a lot of extra chances. And so my job is basically to make sure that all the attention's on me so that they can do damage throughout the entire game.
Lost to the Vipers. The Vipers put up quite a few runs there. What happened in that game?
Well, I think there were 2 big factors. First off, Vipers were hot. They hit excellent, and I feel like my pitching wasn't as strong as it's been in the past. And that combination is a bad combination if you're playing a team like the Vipers, because it means a lot of runs are going to get put up, And I feel like we responded, but then we just came up a little short there at the end.
Yeah, if it did turn out that the Vipers make it to the final round versus you guys, what do you have in store for the Vipers?
A big loss.
In the first semifinals matchup, Matt Patricus of the Warbirds hoped to keep the Snappers' bats quiet and slowly allow his team to grind runs off of the ever-steady Taylor Briner. In the first inning, a diving catch by Ben Schaefer stranded a Snappers base runner at third, but the Warbirds couldn't keep the Snappers down for long. Michael Aguara would hit his second career home run to spark the Snappers' offense in this semifinals game. They would go on to put up 5 runs. Meanwhile, the Warbirds struggled off of Taylor the whole game. It looked like a comeback was slowly beginning to stir in the bottom of the fourth, with traffic on the bases, but Taylor Briner would work out of it and go on to slam the door, sending the Warbirds home with a 5-0 loss, putting the Snappers into the finals. They would face the winner of a great matchup between the Sand Vipers and Night Owls. James Stein would once again take the rubber for the Night Owls. Thanks to an RBI hit from Nick Hamlin and a blast from team captain Adam Tannick, the Sand Vipers took an early 4-0 lead.
Hit hard, center field, wind catches it, Dalby back, and that's gone. 2-run shot.
After this, the Night Owls would give the ball to Randy Dalby, and he would silence the Vipers' bats, allowing his team to slowly work their way back into the game. This would be helped by the PLW walk rule. In the PLW, if any pitcher walks 2 batters, they are immediately taken out of the game and cannot pitch anymore in that game. Due to some wild pitching, the Vipers would walk through all of their best arms and allow the Night Owls to work their way back into the game. Ultimately, the matchup would move on into extras, and at long last, the Night Owls got locked in at the plate.
That one's hit down the third baseline. Hamlin dives out, stretches, goes to Casey for the relay, and Herzog throws it away. That will score Dalby from second in an effort to speed that. Vipers want any hope at all. They're going to need an out here, and they're not going to get it. That's hit into right field.
They moved into the bottom half of the 6th with a controlling 11-5 lead after trailing at the beginning of the game 4-0. Despite a 2-run bomb from Tannick, Dalby would go on to close out the game, sending the Night Owls into the finals to face the Snappers.
Hits that one hard, right at Robles, dives out, picks it up, fires it into the strike zone, and that's the ball game. The Night Owls will face off against the Snappers in a 3-game set for the July 4th Independence Day Championship here at Hideaway Field.
In Game 1 of the finals, Randy Dalby would take the ball again for the Night Owls, hoping to continue his hot hand from the semifinals. However, Taylor Briner looked to do the same, and he would help himself in the first inning with a blast to left to put the Snappers up 4-0 early on. Much like their semifinals game, the Night Owls found themselves down early and looked to claw their way back in. Taylor Briner continued to shove on the flat hill, and Michael Aguara continued his breakout hitting performance with a bases-clearing double in the top of the 4th to put the lead at 6-0. The Night Owls continued to try to get their bats rolling, and in the bottom half of the 4th, team captain Nick Devia would hit a solo shot. The first run Taylor had given up on the day, and unfortunately for Snappers fans, it wouldn't be the last.
Swing drive. It's out of here. A 2-run home run for Randy Dalby. Cuts Davila center field. Another one. His second home run of the inning. Sneaks another one. Dalby has tied this game with that mammoth shot to left field.
The experienced roster of the Night Owls would roar back in the bottom of the 4th to put up 6 runs, tying the game. Neither squad could do any work in the 5th inning, so the first game of the final series would move on into extras, tied at 6 apiece. Per PLW rule, extra innings would start with a base runner at second, and in the top of the 6th, Shane Weber would get the big RBI hit to put the Snappers up 7-6. Dalby would go on to work out of the rest of the inning, sending the game to the bottom half of the 6th, the Night Owls trying once again to come from behind. Home run wins it for the Night Owls, strikeout gives the Snappers game 1.
Swinging a drive to deep right field. Did Robles do it? He did! A walk-off 2-run home run for Jordan Robles sends the Hideaway into pandemonium. A massive blast.
No stranger to the spotlight, Jordan Robles made his presence felt in Vegas with that walk-off bomb to give the Night Owls the win in Game 1, 8-7. With the momentum completely on their side going into Game 2, the Night Owls would leave the ball in the hands of Randy Dalby. Despite a rocky first inning where the Snappers put up 2 runs, Dalby would settle right back in with a 2-run blast to give his team the lead again, and he would not look back, cruising through the rest of the game, inning after inning. The Night Owls offense would continue to do work at the plate, taking control of the game with a 6-2 lead behind the steady pitching of Randy Dalby.
Dalby swinging to drive. This ball just got to keep on rising out of here. This dude's a machine, man. Whew.
Just out of the reach of Michael out there.
That ball started on the ground and just kept rising, getting it past Michael, one of the best athletes out here. Look at this guy, Randy Dalby.
Great fight here.
Everyone anxious. Delivery. Weber sneaks it to Robles. Robles throws home a 4th of July celebration.
And so, with that ground out, the Night Owls had grabbed the tournament victory with a decisive 2-game sweep of the Snappers, led by the MVP performance of Randy Dalby.
And now, second tournament so far in your, player history in PLW. How's it feel to win back-to-back events here?
I mean, it feels good. And always nice to win. So. No, I was feeling good. I really got in the groove. We got that big win against the Sand Vipers, and I felt like we were rolling after that.
Does making yourself a championship winner, just a legend here, does that make the commute back to Arizona that much easier?
Yes, it does. Such a great time. Got to go swim in the pool for the first time here, so it was a lot of fun.
Probably the best player here, definitely probably the most likable, so we appreciate having you in the booth, man. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Awesome stuff, man.
Congratulations to the Night Owls on a great tournament win on a lovely 4th of July weekend at Hideaway Field, and props to all the teams, including the ones I wasn't able to cover in this recap, on making this July 4th weekend one to remember. Thank you so much to everyone at the PLW and Ranch Island for a fantastic weekend of Wiffle Ball. For more PLW content, look down in the description for all the links to all their social media outlets. Everyone over there really does a spectacular job, and you do not want to miss out on it. As for myself, to see more Wiffle Statement content, please drop a like and subscribe. Also, drop a comment down below and tell me what you thought of this tournament. I would really like to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and it honestly motivates me to keep going in the sport that we all love and just making content for you guys. So, as always, please be sure to get out there and play some whiffs in this awesome summer weather that we have around the states right now. And I will be talking to you guys soon. Goodbye.